Hi, and welcome to Deel. We are happy to have you on board. In this video, we are going to take you through some key information that is specific to your onboarding as an Australian employee. We will be covering topics including your private health benefits, superannuation and salary sacrifice, and tax declaration. Health benefits. Deel has partnered with Honan and GU to provide private health and dental insurance to Australian employees. If you are eligible for health insurance benefits, you will receive an enrollment invitation from our health insurance provider within 5 days of your start date, so please make sure to check your inbox for an enrollment invite. To view the details of your health insurance benefits, simply log into your Deel account and navigate to the Benefits section. Please note that before adding any dependents, it's important to ensure they are covered by your health insurance plan to avoid any unexpected deductions. Superannuation and salary sacrifice. By default, Australian Super is the superannuation fund we use at Deel. If you choose to go with this default fund, we will set up an account for you and make contributions on your behalf. You will also receive a welcome pack in the mail to help you sign up as a member. If you prefer to use your own super fund, simply provide us with the necessary details and we will make superannuation payments to your nominated account. Please keep in mind that payments are made 7 days after the end of each payroll cycle, and it might take an additional 2 to 3 days for the funds to appear in your account. At Deel, we support salary sacrificing to increase your pension contributions. You can select the percentage or amount you would like to sacrifice each month. If you decide to increase your contributions at a later date, you can easily do so on the Deel platform. Tax declaration. To ensure accurate tax withholding from your payments, you will need to complete a tax file number declaration. As an employee of Deel, all mandatory deductions, including taxes required by your country of employment, will be withheld. If there are any changes to your tax declaration, you can update it at any time through your Deel account. Please note that your income statement will be available by July 14th each year on your MyGov account, and you will be able to prepare and lodge your tax return once the income statement status is tax ready. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about your onboarding at Deel. We hope you found it useful.
I'm Guy from Deel. We help businesses all over the world to compliantly hire and pay anyone anywhere. However, managing payments and compliance for independent contractors can be, well, not great and a little tricky. Luckily, I'm here and you're watching this. I've got the hang of this thing now. Yeah. When paying contractors, there are a lot of things to consider. A few that come to mind include transfer fees, exchange rates, various payment methods, managing invoices, and of course, the big one, compliance. Okay, so say you're hiring in Japan or Canada, chances are your contractors are going to want to get paid in the local currency and also in the payment method they prefer. Payment providers like TransferWise and Payoneer are also really common with contractors. These payment methods can save money on things like exchange rates and transfer fees. And just to make things a little bit more complicated, each country has its own way of handling things, like local account details like IBANs and routing numbers. It's also super important to make sure that whoever you're contracting with and whatever their location, you have a solid localized agreement in place. You also need to make sure that anyone you work with is correctly registered and set up to work as a contractor in their country of residence. Every country has a different way of doing this. So if your business doesn't set these things up correctly in a contractor agreement, your business can get into a bit of trouble with local governments. Even if your working relationship seems all good on the surface, your business can end up paying hefty fines if the contract is incorrect. I know what you're thinking, a lot of moving parts, right? Along with this, you also need to deal with invoices for every payment. Yeah, doing this for one contractor may be manageable, but what happens when you're starting to work with 10, 20, 30 contractors? It can turn into a bit of a nightmare. Okay, so let's split these payment options up. When paying contractors, you have a few options: a bank transfer, a payment provider, or deal. Paying through international bank transfers. Yes, it is possible to pay a contractor using an international bank transfer. All you need is their account details, and then you can usually take care of the payment using your online bank. But there are a few things to consider. The most important is making sure that they get the total amount you agreed on. When you transfer money internationally, it usually happens via SWIFT. This means some fees and exchange rates are involved with markups of up to 3 to 5%. So after all these deductions, it's tough to know exactly how much the contractor will receive, plus these payments sometimes can take up to 5 days. Okay, so let's take a quick break and talk about another option: paying via payment providers. Using payment platforms like TransferWise and Mercury gives you a lot more clarity into what fees you'll actually incur. You can also make bulk payments in multiple currencies at the same time, so your finance team gets a little break there. But there are some things that you'll still need to handle manually. They include things like collecting and paying invoices, handling tax compliance, and sending the money manually. So doing this for a large team or even a few contractors can be a lot of hassle. And most crucially, without a solid localized agreement in place, you're exposing your business to a lot of risk. As I mentioned earlier, if your business doesn't set these things up correctly in an agreement, your business can get into a bit of trouble with local governments. So we should probably talk about Deel, right? Well, we streamline worldwide compliance and payments for global teams. This means companies can compliantly and seamlessly pay contractors and employees all over the world. We ensure all contractors can work and get paid no matter where they're located. From collecting legal documents to making payments with fully compliant contracts, it's all done for you. Any business can quickly review their team's salaries anytime and fund payroll in just a single click with one mass payment in multiple currencies. Plus, the money arrives to the contractor's account on payday through whichever payment methods that they prefer. Lastly, but most importantly, you'll also get instant digital invoices for every payment made. Contractors no longer need to generate them, and will seamlessly sync everything with your favorite accounting software. So, that's the deal. Now let's give your team the experience they deserve. Sababa? And that's a wrap.